Alright, let's go.
Rozpoczynamy pierwszą połowę. Zaczyna Real Madrid.
Right here you should see that he's in between. You really have to watch out because there's the indicator above him. You should watch out what he's doing. And what you can do is you can just dribble into the space, or you could pass it back to this guy, but always try to watch out what the guy with the indicator is doing. And here it was pretty obvious. He was between you and the guy you tried to pass to. You should have kept him, don't switch. And here you went too much to the right, so that's important. Where was it? Right here. So when you have this guy right now, you should actually just stay here and then go a little bit to the bottom left. But you don't want to go right there. You don't want to go towards the ball. You should actually go a little bit backwards there. Now you got pretty lucky that you still intercepted it. Right, here's the same thing. Like, you should really watch out for when a pass is blocked. Like, you have to watch this indicator. You see, he's Modric, and he's blocking that. So you look at the indicator, and then you think, oh, I go down, and you pass it to this one. So just make sure to focus on the indicator. Don't tackle there yet. You only tackle when you're at like half a meter. So you tackle way too much. Oh, you sprinted too much. Be really careful there. In the end, it's fine though. For these goal kicks, always hold the L2 or LT to call them short. And only then play it. So it looks like you're playing too many bad passes. Look at this. This one is between you two. So therefore you shouldn't pass it. Just look at the space, and what you should do is just dribble into the space. You see he's walking back, so just keep dribbling, and then eventually I think you can, if you're here, then you can play this pass to him. Alright, good interception. That's a good pass. Alright, really good try. Maybe you could have, I would have tried to dribble him. If you see he selected him, I would do the L2R2, that's LT-RT dribbling to the top right now. Just for 1 or 2 steps, like diagonally like this, and I think you will get one-on-one. But it's a good try. It's not bad to shoot from there. Alright, you got away there. It was pretty difficult to defend, but you should try to think ahead a little bit more. When another situation like that occurs, I'll make sure to point that out. Right? This is where this is important. Right now, look at these two guys running. Just wait for these two guys to be here. So right now, just keep dribbling. He's all the way here. Just keep dribbling into here. And once you are here, these two guys will be here. And then you play them a pass. And now it's the same story. You've just keep dribbling. You don't pass it back to him just yet. Just keep dribbling at this guy. And only once this guy is right here, that's when you pass it. Because he's backing off anyway. So just keep dribbling. Yeah, and then it would have definitely been a lot more dangerous if you did that. Alright. He could have done something much better. So right now you see this one is still behind you. You will catch him. So with this one, just keep sprinting. Just go all the way to him. Keep the pressure on. So with this one, you shouldn't go back because he's here anyway. You could have seen that. And with this one, you should have been like right here. Right into his face to keep the pressure on. And definitely don't sliding right there. Alright, you were in the wrong position here when you defended. Here it's fine. This is fine, but now you go too much down. You need to be about here. So you're too much going down instead of going left. You see, once you're here, you should have been here. And also you tackled. So that's what you do all the time. You tackle way too much. When there's too much distance, you shouldn't tackle yet. Alright, good try. I'm not sure if you held L2 or LT there, if you held it to shield. Here's where you made a big mistake, you left a gap. So right now, the first thing is you shouldn't go to the ball, always think ahead. You should stay a little bit in the space here. Because if you go to the ball, now there's too much space down here. And especially right now, you shouldn't run to the ball because he will pass it to him anyway. So what you can do is you can go here and then you go back. So you do a fake challenge. So right now, you should be going back right now, like this. But you try to go all the way to the ball. You see you tackled again. So you really have to stop tackling. And now with this guy, you should be going here. Because he will pass it here. And you want to block this pass. So with this one, you should be running down like that. That's good with Ramos. It's too bad. You should have gone all the way. Instead of going back, you got scared. If you kept going, it would be good. So right now, if you keep going, instead of going back, he can't pass it. If you just keep going like this. But now you went back. If you were here, he couldn't play it back. But because you backed off, it got dangerous. So this is the same problem as before. You really have to watch. Look, this is the indicator. He's controlling this one, so you should probably look for another option than this guy. So right now, just turn down. Yeah, just turn down. Hold L1, turn down, because he's going up, and it will be fine. But you really have to watch out more for the indicator of your opponent to see which pass he's blocking. Definitely don't tackle here, and that might cost you a goal. Yeah, that did cost you a goal. So your big problem is that you keep doing tackles. Especially here, you should have stayed about here, because you have to notice this run already. But really, look at your tackling. You should only tackle when you're like here. There's too much distance. And also, you don't want to tackle the ball, you need to track this guy. You should be running there. You should be running to the bottom left right now. And you can still fix it if you with the right stick switch to him now and run him to the bottom. Then you can still fix it, but that was too late. And then you got unlucky on the rebound, but it was a big mistake in the first place. Oh, you shouldn't have sprinted there. I think if you just went for a driven shot to the far post, it could have been a goal actually. Hey, you didn't need the fullback. You should have just kept this guy and keep the pressure on him. So right now, let's think ahead. So it starts now. Where he will pass it here. So you select this guy and you run him there right now already. Before he passes. That you should think ahead. You see? And then this guy would be here and you would have pressure on him. Ooh. Yeah, you moved him a little bit too much to the right there. Here, let's think ahead a little bit. So he's making a run, but what you can do is you can play this, and then he will most likely control it here. It's not dangerous. What you can do is play this, and then play it up with him. That's much better. So first play this one, then play a through pass with him, and then it will be much more dangerous. So here again with that sliding, you really have to do much less slidings than tackles. Ooh, this was careless. You should have just dribbled here. And here again the sliding, don't do that. Again, don't do that. Ooh, here you should have jockeyed a little bit backwards again. Instead of trying to get the ball, you should jockey a little bit backwards in those situations. Here, just keep this guy close. And then always select someone behind him. Good pass. You could have tried the R1 or RB pass there, RB true pass. So that's a threaded true pass. Here you should have definitely played the driven pass into Modric. Right now. You should play this pass, a driven pass into him, and then it will be really dangerous. Look at this guy, he's marked. Why would you pass it to him? He's marked by Marcelo. The better thing, passing it to this guy is really bad option. You can also just sprint up. Look at this big space here. This big space here. You can just sprint into it, but I would recommend the driven pass into Modric now, right now. Right, good try though. So you should have just selected Modric much earlier and get the pressure on. Good try on the sliding, but still too early. You should do one more step and then sliding. You keep doing slidings and tackles when there's too much distance between you and the opponent with the ball. Right here. Yeah, here you should do a threaded through pass. So that's R1 or RB and through pass. Then it will give the ball more in front of him. And I think you would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper if you did the threaded through pass there. Again, the sliding with too much distance. Again, the tackle. Yeah, and that keeps costing you goals. That you just keep sliding and tackling. First of all, you shouldn't be running down right now. But look at the distance. This is too much distance. If you just run with him, then there's nothing going on. Just keep running for one step. Yeah, because you tackle, you mess up. If you just run for another step and then do a sliding, you can block it. But already the sliding before that was also way too much distance. Here again, this guy was just marked. So before you pass, try to look if the guy is open. If he's marked by some defender, then just dribble instead. This is the same thing. So you really careless a little bit. Look at this guy. He's just close to this guy, so don't pass it. Just run into this space. He's going too aggressively forward. If you just go up to the top left into the space, you can just dribble. Try to think ahead right now. Make sure you block him. So with this one, move him just a little bit here to block that ball. Luckily he doesn't play it. Right now think ahead. Move this one there. This one should stay close to the ball. You can select this one with the right stick and move him there. Alright, you got it anyway. Nice goal, for sure. That's again the tackling. You really have to stop doing that. When you're at that much distance. Here again you did it. A corner kick. Oh, you conceded it. So what I always do is don't select this one. You already select this one before the pass. So before the pass you already have this one, and this one is the R1 or RB. And you already select him and move him here before the pass. That's a big difference, because then Bale is here and he can't play this pass. And after that, yeah, you got unlucky. So that's how to defend those corner kicks. Already select the guy behind him and let the R1 or RB stay close to the ball for the short corner kicks. That's how to defend those. Here make sure to always block the guy in the center. Don't go blocking the guy on the wing. And that tackling, that's really bad. That just keeps occurring. If you just run to the ball, it will be fine, but you tackle way too early. Yeah, this was also not good defending of the corner kick. So this one, you don't want two guys here. Just lead this one should stay here for the near post corner kick. Just a little bit below this guy always, so you should put him here. That's how to defend the corner kicks. Because this one can go in really. So you should put some tall guy, select some tall guy like him, and you put him right here, just one step below Ronaldo. That's how you defend those corner kicks.
Karim Benzema. Ryzykownie, ale udało się. Rozpoczynają kontratak. Benzema.
Oh, I'm not sure why you sprinted there. Sometimes you're doing a little bit unlogical stuff. Like he's to the top left of you, right? So what you can do is, I would just play him a pass, like right now. Just play this pass, true pass. He's got so much space. Or you keep running to the bottom left, but don't run to your opponent. You just run directly into him.
Od początku spotkania uważnie gra, teraz też celnie zagrał. Casemiro. Nie można mieć chyba żadnych zastrzeżeń.
Here I wouldn't have passed it. You've got big space here. Look at the space. And that's what happened a couple of times before, that you pass it too early instead of dribbling. Right here, just dribble into here. And maybe this guy will make a nice run and you can get one-on-one.
Chyba żadnych zastrzeżeń do jego gry do przerwy. No, bardzo ładnie. Ładnie
Nice.
pomyślane. Może
Ooh, I think you should try to take the first touch there, but it was a good try there.
strzelić? Naprawdę nie wiem. Bramkarz nawet nie musiał się ruszać. Strzał fatalnie niecelny. To się zdarza najlepszym. Chociaż
Again the tackling. If you just keep jockeying, I'm pretty sure you would intercept the pass there. Again the tackling. That's a big mistake.
no, piłka od...
And you keep doing it.
Nieporozumienie i...
Alright.
A teraz Cristiano Ronaldo.
Look at that. That's really bad, that tackling. I don't know why you do that. You should only tackle when you already almost touch the opponent. Not when there's like 3 meters between you and him. Then you shouldn't tackle.
Ładna dwójkowa wymiana piłek. Luka Modric. Jeszcze raz cross. Gwizdek i mamy rzut wolny.
Alright, you got the free kick, but anyways, it wasn't a good play. Look at this. Why would you pass it back to this guy right now? You should just turn down and then play it to him. Sometimes you should dribble that 1 or 2 steps before you pass it back. If no one's really open, just don't be scared to dribble 1 or 2 This is the same thing actually. Oh, so sometimes you elect that you don't dribble. Also, right here already, look at this space. There's this big space for Modric. So before this pass, I would dribble like here and then do a 1-2.
Nie czekał już roz...
And especially right now. Like, why would you pass it back to this guy? Look at where you are. And look at this guy. He's not open. He's marked by this one. So you should just do right here. Do one ball roll up. And then you can shoot it. I'm pretty sure you will get a goal.
Tak, to ważny
All you needed was one ball roll up.
ma zakończyć się utratą bramki.
Make sure right here to jockey between those guys. You have to block this pass. So right now with this one, you have to go there. While holding L2 R2 or LT RT.
Karim Benzema.
And you would intercept that ball for sure. Now select this one, he's closer, move him down and pressure.
Teraz prostopadłe zagranie Modricia. Uderza.
Yeah, that almost cost you a goal because you don't keep the pressure on, then he's able to give nice through passes. This should have been a true pass, not a driven pass. Just play a true pass in front of him there. You didn't get the right angle with Modric. You should be about here. Because you need to know if you run down, then you will leave a big gap. Look at that, you left this big gap. So you shouldn't have gone all the way to him yet.
Modric.
So you always have to think a little bit ahead. And here you got unlucky.
No, może być groźny.
So right now you have to think a little bit ahead. Now you're just thinking, oh, he's got the ball, I run to the ball. But you have to think ahead. What will he do? He might pass it back up. So that's why I need to stay a little bit here. Only if he goes running, then you go ahead and run with him. I think the mistake was again that you tackled with Varane too early. After that.
Modric. Już blisko pola karnego. Luka Modric.
Oh, with Modric, I think you could have tried a finesse shot there. But it's again, you don't see when you have space for a dribble. You just keep passing. And sometimes when you have space and there's no one around you with space, then you still pass it.
Luka Modric.
So don't pass it to someone who doesn't have space. That doesn't make sense.
No, uderzając z tej odległości.
Yeah, you should have switched to your left center back way sooner here to put pressure on the ball.
Kolejny rzut rożny, który... Casemiro. Cristiano Ronaldo teraz.
So this is an example. This is quick passing, but you'd never dribble when you have to. Here is the same mistake. You went to the ball and you should think ahead. What if he passes it back? So that's important. So right here, you shouldn't go up. You should stay a little bit here. And now just, I would select this guy. He was marking no one and move him out to Modric. Right now it's so late. Actually, you should have moved him up to track this guy. But luckily he went for the long shot, which didn't go in. And then the rebound almost went in. So sometimes these opportunities occur because you fail to pressure them, because you switch too late to someone to step out with him. So sometimes you're too scared to step out. But if your defender isn't marking anyone, here again, look at that. Before you pass, you should look at who's he controlling. Now he's controlling him, and always watch that. Which pass is he blocking? He shouldn't sprint. If he's that close, then never sprint. Especially at the first touch, because you will get a bad first touch. Nice. Now double tap the right stick to the left. Oh. At that first touch, you should have double tapped the right stick to the left. Nice goal anyway. But that would make sure you would have done a quicker first touch and really exploit the pace of Ronaldo. Alright, kickoffs are always hard to defend, so I won't judge you on that. Oh. Looks like just a bad pass again. Yeah, so that's what I don't... What's your big mistake in attacking? Look at this. This one has no space. He might be blocked, so why don't you just dribble? Look at this big space here. Just run into his. And once you get close to these guys, then stop sprinting. So do 2-step sprinting, then stop sprinting and just dribble into the space and see what happens. You have to use more the space for dribbles. And it almost cost you a goal. That bad pass. Oh yeah, this is again the same mistake at goal kicks. You should really hold L2 or LT to call them short. Nice. Here with Benzema, if there isn't a good passing option, just hold L2 or LT. Here you shouldn't sprint at the first touch. So this is what I mean. These are stupid passes. This is like they pass over 1 meter. Why didn't you just keep dribbling and then go for a longer pass? That's a nice pass. Oh, you should have done a chip through pass there. I think you might have got one-on-one. Nice. And now pass it. Oh, you needed one more pass down. It would have been a goal. That's too bad. Oh, here as well. If he's that close, then just hold L2 or LT to shield it. But don't shoot it just yet. Just first shield it and then see what you can do after. Because if he's that close, then they always mess up the shot anyway. Alright, good try. Maybe you should have tried the chip through pass there again, because he was quite much on the passing lane. Right, that's the same mistake which happens so much, that you just play it to someone who doesn't have space. So if you look, this one, you really have to look at that. This passing lane to him, he's on it. You can't pass it. What you can do is you can play this pass. So really have to watch out more for that. That keeps happening all the time. So yeah, you shouldn't have run backwards. You could have just kept the pressure on there. Because that sometimes costs you goals too when you don't keep the pressure on. But here you have to hold L2 or LT after you take it to protect the ball. So it seems like you're not using the L2 or LT enough also. Right here with Modric, I would have done a ball roll down and then play a driven pass to Bale, who was making a nice run. But yeah, that's the end of this video.